Hari Om, a warm welcome to our 25th Reading Challenge interview. There is more treasure in books than in all the pirates' loot on Treasure Island, says Walt Disney. Show me a family of readers, and I will show you the people who move the world. Reading is such an important habit, and it is very much insisted upon in Achieving. We have here the winners of Reading Challenge, and we are going to hear from them how they planned, how they chose, and how they executed within the given time frame. When we say Reading Challenge, what do we mean by it? The children are encouraged to read as many books as possible, and within the fortnight, they are supposed to present their books. That is, they are supposed to present the brief of the books. It also shows how they plan, how they execute, how they express, and most important, how do they do the time management. The comprehension skills plays a very important role in the reading challenge. This is an ongoing contest, and reading and reviewing of books is an ongoing work for the children of Achieve Academy. It's quite a high order. It's not a simple thing, and every child will not be able to do it because your mind may tell you to read, but your other works and distractions may tell you not to read. But the children still focus on it. That is why they are here today with us, joining for this 25th Reading Challenge interview. I'm very proud to announce to you Kirti Bhagyeshwari, Ilakya, Advaita. Welcome, children. So for the first question, you must have read many books for the Reading Challenge, but I would like to ask you, what are the 2 books which you really liked? Advaita?
Hari Om, I am happy to be here. Thank you for giving me this great opportunity. The book is Who Did Patrick Stone? The story talks about how to do our homeworks regularly and plan it before. And the another book which I really like is Different Kinds of School, as this book talks about a school with different kinds of activities.
Okay, that's nice. Very good. That teaches you how to manage your work regularly, your daily works, which is very, very important. Okay, Kirti, can you let me know?
Namaste, ma'am. I'm very happy to be here. And as you asked, that the 2 books which I really love is The Girl Who Ate the Stars by Caroline Busher and 3 Summers by Margarita Lebrun. The first book, which I said, The Girl Who Ate the Stars, is one of my favorites, as it talks about a girl who is a half wolf and a half human, and the daily struggles and obstacles she faced. The second book, which I really loved, is 3 Summers. This book is just about siblings who never give up each other, and that's why they were called 3 Summers in their hometown. Thank you.
Good. Very good. That's a lovely thought, the siblings who don't give up on each other. Lovely. Sometimes, as elders, we feel that we have read many books. But when these children talk about the books which they read, certain one-liners and the briefs which they give, want you to immediately pick up those books. In fact, that is the goal of Achieve Academy. It may be youngsters or it may be elders, but the way the children present their briefs, want you to immediately go to the library and grab a book or, order online. They're doing a great job. Yes, Ilakya, what do you feel are your 2 books which you really liked?
Hari Om, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank ma'am for giving me this opportunity to talk here. I am very grateful and obliged to get this opportunity. First of all, I would talk about the books that I loved the most. I actually read a lot of books and I found Alchemist very special. So, firstly, I will talk about the book The Alchemist. This book was deeply philosophical, and that's why I loved it. Because this book helped me break my stereotype about philosophical books. Because I always found philosophical books deeply boring. But when I read this book, I did not even feel that I was reading a philosophical book. I just felt that I was reading a fictional book, and this book really changed my perspectives and my perceptions about the world. This book had so many beautiful and wonderful quotes that would help a person reach great heights. Nextly, I will talk about the book Agatha Audley. This book was a detective one, and it was filled with mystery. I absolutely loved the plot twists and the way the detective found out each and everything. Thank you, ma'am.
Lovely, lovely. So the next question is which author you feel was very good in expressing himself? Of course, many authors have got a great talent of expressing the books. That is what actually makes you stay and read the book non-stop without keeping down the book. There may be many authors who grips you, but what comes to your mind immediately when I ask you this question? Advaita?
The author who explains the story well is Leo Tolstoy. He described the each and every character of the story and the place which they live in a good manner. And also, I really like to read the books which are wrote by him. And I like the good manner which he wrote in the book, and also he describes a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Kirti?
Yes, ma'am. The book which I feel that the author has expressed in his best way is Three Summers by Margherita Libracchi. As I told that it was one of my two favorite books which I wrote for this reading challenge. This book's author just expressed this book as if she was the main character, and also she told a lot about the bond between siblings and that this bond can never be broken by anyone in this entire world. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Ilakya?
I absolutely loved the way J.K. Rowling expressed her thoughts in the book The Harry Potter. Harry Potter is one of my most favorite books, and I absolutely love the plot twists and turns in the book. I loved how J.K. Rowling describes each and everything. Her book is filled with all emotions, like it was like an oxymoron of emotions. Sometimes, while reading the book, I felt furious and then I felt melancholic, and my emotions turned out to be very happy. So the book was an oxymoron of emotions, and I love the way J.K. Rowling expressed her thoughts so beautifully, and it was really enchanting.
True, true. So actually, books are your best companion. That is your best friend. I feel you cannot be lonely when you have some good books in hand. But to become a good reader, you also know to select books. Some children say, or even elders say, oh, we are not interested in reading. It's very boring. It's because you have not learned to choose the right books. Once you get the right books in hand, don't think so you can put it down at all. It doesn't make you feel lonely. You feel so happy reading the books. Like what she was saying, there's so many of emotions you go through when you read a book. Going on to the next question. You're expressing yourself in a very interesting manner, children. Very good. Did you read any different story? You all have read many stories for this reading challenge. Of course, you are reading many books throughout the year as a rule of Achieve Academy, I should say. But for this reading challenge, out of the books what you had chosen, did you read any book which is very different? It had a very different storyline. Yes, Advaita?
The book, which I felt it was very different, is Three Questions. This book is very different as it talks about the different questions of the king. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Kirti?
Yes, ma'am. The book which I felt was very different is Real Rebecca by Anna Carey. I mostly read imaginative stories, serious, uh, serious horror, some fiction stories. But this story is a kind of a real one because it just says about a little girl who who fights and also makes people not to misunderstand the behavior which her mother has. She just wants to prove that her mother is not wrong, and she just wants people to think in a good perspective. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Sila?
The book, The Alchemist, was definitely very unique for me. I found this book really very different and unique because it was so deeply philosophical. Like philosophy was stepped into fiction. And this book was really very enchanting and amazing. The end twist was really something that I did not expect, and that really changed my whole perceptions, as I previously mentioned. The book was really very intriguing and captivating, and I absolutely loved the way the author expressed various things in the book and told about so many things about life. That is what was very special in this book, and I found this book really very unique.
Very good. Okay. So they've given us a brief about the books they have read, which author they liked, what is the story they found really intriguing, and what they found was very different. Now let's go to some general questions. Do you feel you prepared very well for the reading challenge? Advaita. Advaita, do you feel you prepared very well for this reading challenge?
Yes, I prepared well for the reading challenge. This is my first reading challenge and I felt very excited. I have to choose books for reading challenge. When I started to read, I thought to complete at least 10 books. But because of my interest, I completed 20 books. Thank you.
Okay. Some internet lapses there. That's why we are able to hear her slowly. Yes, Kirti, can you tell me, did you prepare very well for the
Thank
reading
you.
challenge? Yeah.
To be saying this honestly, no, ma'am. Because first I selected more than 15 books for the reading challenge. But at the day of reading challenge, when I started to post the first 10 books, I was not satisfied by the briefs and opinions which I have given for the book. Because when I'm going to be recommending these books to my friends, it should not be simple, but it should give an interest to my friends, saying that reading books is never boring. It should be interesting. So then I started to pick more books at that moment on the first starting day of reading challenge. So that's why I am not prepared. I was not prepared for this reading challenge. Thank you, ma'am.
So after the 10th book or something, you started preparing better for it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ilakia?
Ma'am, I believe that I prepared fairly well. Initially, I was really very reckless and I did not understand the gravity of the situation. But later, my intuitive thoughts forced me to participate in this reading challenge, and I really wanted to win in it because my intuitive thoughts made me participate well in this reading challenge. I initially found it a little difficult to find time to read books, but later I was so addicted to books and I wanted to win in this reading challenge at all costs, and I really wanted to participate in this interview. And I am really very grateful and proud to participate in this interview today. Thank you, ma'am.
Excellent, excellent. Of course, you all should be very proud. Victory doesn't come so easily, it has to be earned. I have to mention here, Ilakia's briefs on the books, what she had read, was actually expressed very well, and she had done a really good job. In fact, we at Achieve, if anybody does a video very well, or if they have written anything a brief very well, they've done run an essay very well, or whatever it may be. Whenever something is done very well, immediately we share it with the children so that they can also see and get inspired. Going to the next question. What are the benefits of reading challenge? See, as a teacher, I may think many things before introducing to you an activity. Okay, my thought process may be entirely different. But you adapting to it and you realizing the importance of it and you doing it is entirely different. Okay? So, how do you feel? What are the benefits of reading challenge? What do you feel? Advaita?
The reading challenge occupies more time in a good manner. And in reading challenge, we can learn a lots of vocabularies. And also, we can learn some new imagination stories to form our new stories. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Kirti?
Yes, ma'am. As you asked this question, I also have been wondering that what is the special about this reading challenge? So while I'm thinking about this, I just got to know that reading challenge just improves our speed in typing and also in our reading skills. It also develops our imaginary thinking skills and also it improves our vocabulary. It even develops our opinion and brief writing skills because you can't write like every main point and make it in a short brief because a book is a mixture of so many interesting things and main um, points. So you have to make it short, and that's what is a brief. So you need a capability to make it into a short brief. So I feel that reading challenge is very important in a person's life.
What is typing and briefing? Writing briefs and typing. What is that? It's comprehending. It's called comprehension skills. You read something, you understand it, you put it in simple terms. Okay, you can call it as précis writing also, but that also includes comprehension. Comprehending something, understanding something. That's most important. Yes, Ilakia, what do you feel are the benefits?
Ma'am, first of all, I believe that reading challenge has really improved our vocabulary skills because initially I was really I found it really very difficult to learn new words, but as I started reading more and more books, my vocabulary skills were dawning to purple. It was really very nice to read more and more books and learn new words. And I did not even need to memorize these words. As I saw these words again and again in more and more books, these words stayed in my mind forever. So, reading challenge is very beneficial for all of us because, first of all, it has improved our communication skills and our vocabulary skills. And I am very lucky and obliged to participate in this reading challenge. Moreover, reading challenge has also improved our imaginative skills because as we read more and more books, we will get more and more ideas and we will turn out to be more innovative.
True. It has given you the confidence to sit in an interview and express proudly about the books you've read. Is it not? Okay. What do you feel is the most difficult task? Expressing an opinion about a book, what you've read, okay, which we call it as reviewing also, or writing a brief of a story. What do you feel is more difficult? Expressing an opinion or writing a brief, which you, yeah. Advaita?
I felt more difficult to find the opinion of the story because sometimes a story is very good and does not have any opinion. But I want to think a lot to find the opinion about the story. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Kirti?
Yes, ma'am. For me, making the story into a brief is difficult more than expressing my opinion about the book. If you know how to speak English and if you understand the book, even if it is bad or good, you will be able to express the book or share your opinion in any manner. But while it comes to brief, you only need to have capability to make it into a brief. Because as I told in my previous question itself, that a book is a mixture of huge and lots of interesting things, and it has so many things to make it into a short brief. You have to just make it into a short one line story or a short brief. For that you need to you need a capability to make it short. So I feel that making a story into a brief is difficult.
True, true. I totally agree. What is your opinion, Alakia?
Ma'am, I believe that choosing a book is the most challenging task because nowadays not all books are good, not all books are appropriate, not all books are satisfying. Even in my reading challenge, I bought several books and I found out that several books did not match my expectations and they were quite disappointing. So, choosing the books is the most difficult task. Moreover, if we compare writing an opinion and or writing a brief, I would say that writing an opinion is even more challenging because sometimes we really find it difficult to express our opinions over something, and that's why it is even more challenging.
That also I agree. Some children feel something is very good. Sometimes they feel something is very bad. Something is boring. Everything to just tell it in 1 or 2 words is very easy. But expressing about it for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes is not an easy task. So some find expressing opinion very difficult. Some find writing the brief, that is the story in a short form, in an interesting manner, very difficult. But they take up both the challenges. That is where you have to notice them. They take it up every time, knowing very well. They have to improve on it, that they have to practice to get a better way of doing it. And also to read better books, then only they will have the practice of doing it again and again. Another last question, in fact, for this interview. What do you feel is the merit of video recordings? Advaita?
Most of the times, we will record a video on our opinion. I feel that recording video is very important to control our facial expressions. Sometimes, when we are speaking with our family members or our friends, if we are angry, our facial expressions will be changed. To control that, if we have the same habit of reading challenge and also recording a video, it may help us to control our facial expressions. Thank you.
Okay, it's very good. You're standing before you're right before the camera. So it's not an easy task. So I can understand that point. Good. Yes, what about you, Kitty?
Yes, ma'am. My opinion on the merit of video recordings is that, like, while you're taking a video, you will be sharing your opinion or giving a book recommendation to your friends. What is greater than that? Sharing your knowledge to your friends. Because while you share knowledge to them, they will share knowledge to you. That's what we get. So while you're recommending books, you will be developing your vocabulary skills, as we all know, and also we will be like we won't have stage fright. This is just a small practice for us by doing a video. Like a parent say, look at the mirror, so you will not have stage fright. You will be practicing. Like that video recording is one thing. Like speaking in front of a mirror, you will be seeing yourself, and you will correct your own mistakes. Thank you, ma'am.
Beautifully put, actually. What is more satisfying than recommending a book to your friend? And where is the sharing of knowledge? Very good. Yes, Ilakhi?
Video recording is really very beneficial. In my perception, I believe that video recording enhances our confidence. It gives us fortitude to talk in front of others and it eliminates stage fear. There are so many people nowadays who are too shy to talk in front of others. Communication is not only about writing something, it is also about expressing ourselves properly through verbal speech. When we are speaking, others should understand what we are saying, and communication is indeed an important employability skill. Writing is not the only thing. Writing is very important, but communicating through verbal speech is equally important. So these are the merits of communicating through a video.
Yes, very beautifully put. Yes, when somebody is asking you something, you're not going to sit and write it in the paper and give it to them. Or if it's going to be a group discussion or any other presentation or any group, anything, it can be anything. When anybody is asking, you're not going to take a paper and pencil and sit and write. So all these type of, so much of writing will be ending with school. So we are not just focusing only for today, we're focusing for tomorrow because you're all leaders of tomorrow. You're all of the pillars of the nation. And you being confident, bold, courageous, and able to express yourself clearly, boldly, looking in the eye of the opposite person is most extremely happy with your answers, and I feel very proud. It so happens it happens to be a team of girls. So our boys will catch up next time, I'm sure. But very happy to have you, the team of girls, and very well answered, clearly thought out, and I'm so proud of you. Looking forward to seeing you again in another interview, and I'm sure you'll be part of the next 26th reading challenge too, which will happen after a few months. Thank you so much, children. Be blessed by the divine. Keep reading, keep sharing, and keep smiling. Thank you.